Gamers, what's the craziest thing you've ever heard over voice chat? I used to play a lot of Siege with randoms before I found my regular squad. Most nights were the usual toxic trash talk or squeakers asking if anyone had a mic. But there was this one night back in 2018 that I still think about. It was around 3 a.m., and I was grinding ranked matches. My team was a mix of silent players and a couple guys with mics. One of them, username something like Dark Reaver 42, had been quiet most of the match except for basic callouts. He had this deep, almost monotone voice. During the third round, we were defending basement on Clubhouse. I was anchoring as Rook, and this Dark Reaver guy was roaming upstairs as Caveira. That's when the weird shit started. "They're at main door," he called out normally. Then his mic stayed on, and I heard what sounded like someone knocking on his door. 3 distinct knocks. "What the fuck?" he whispered. "Not meant for us. Nobody should be here." I remember thinking it was probably just his roommate or something, but then he said, "Guys, there's someone at my door. It's 3 a.m. Another teammate laughed. "Probably just a crackhead at the wrong apartment, bro. No, I live in the middle of nowhere. Nearest neighbor is like a mile away." The knocking came again, louder this time. We all heard it through his mic. "Yo, maybe don't answer that," I said, half joking, but I was getting a weird feeling. Something about the way his breathing changed. "I'm not going to," he replied. "I have my hunting rifle right here." That's when the match got real quiet. We were still playing, but everyone was focused on this guy's situation. The knocking stopped for maybe 2 minutes. Then Dark Reaver whispered, "Something's at my window now." I remember the hair on my arms standing up. His voice had changed. Genuine fear. "Should I call someone for you, man?" Another teammate asked. "What's your address?" "I don't," he started, but then we heard it. Scratching, like fingernails on glass, but slower, deliberate. "Fuck this," he said. "I'm calling the cops." But he didn't disconnect from the chat. We heard him pick up a phone, dial, and then the confusion in his voice when he said, "What do you mean the line's dead? It's a cell phone." That's when we heard his dog start barking like crazy in the background. "Rex, shut up," he hissed. Then to us, "Guys, I think someone's trying to break in." The scratching got louder, then stopped suddenly. His dog went silent mid-bark. The silence that followed was worse than any noise. We could just hear Dark Reaver breathing, heavy and scared. "The dog stopped," he whispered. "Rex never stops unless I tell him to." I remember our team was frozen in the game, just listening. Someone on the enemy team typed in chat asking why we weren't moving. Then Dark Reaver said something that still fucks me up when I think about it. "Guys, I can see it through the window. That's not a person." His mic picked up the sound of him chambering around in his rifle. "What do you mean?" I asked. "Like an animal?" "No," he said, voice shaking. "It's looking right at me. It knows I'm talking about it." That's when we heard glass shattering. Dark Reaver screamed. Not a fear scream, but pain. The mic picked up sounds of struggle, something heavy falling, and then a wet gurgling sound. Then nothing but static and heavy breathing that didn't sound quite human. A few seconds later, his mic cut out. His character went AFK. We lost the round. We all tried messaging him. Nothing. His Uplay went offline a minute later. I checked his profile every day for weeks. He never came back online.